If you are currently in the market to buy a property in Nigeria, I need you to watch this video very carefully because the mistake I'm about to talk about in this video is one that I've seen a lot of buyers make, and some of them don't even realize it until the damage is done. We're talking about the difference between price and cost in real estate. And no, these two things are not the same thing. My name is Miriam Akwelola Shribe. I'm a real estate broker and a property investment advisor, and I'm also the founder and lead broker at Rol Realty. I've been in this industry for close to a decade, and I have seen a lot of buyers fall into this trap several times over and over again. Buyers who made what seemed like smart and logical financial decisions, only for them to realize that there's a far bigger financial cost that they did not imagine or budget for. So today, I want to break down the difference between price and cost in Nigerian real estate markets, because that knowledge can change how you approach property buying in Nigeria, and it will probably also save you a lot of cost and headache. Price is simple. It is number on the tag. That is what you pay today to own something. But cost, on the other hand, is different. Cost is the full financial picture. That is everything that comes after the first payment you make, the maintenance, the repairs, and in worst case scenarios, complete overhauls. Now, let me give you an analogy that many Nigerians will easily understand. Imagine that you just built a house and you have a serious water problem. You could decide that you want to buy a bag of water every single day, every single week, every month. And first year passes, the second year passes, and you realize that the price has actually added up. That is cost. On the other hand, you could take a huge chunk of money and dig a borehole. And with that borehole, the water problem is solved forever. That is the key difference between price and cost. One may give you a relatively higher number at the moment, but that will be all you ever have to pay for the convenience that you seek. While on the other hand, the one that seems relatively cheaper can actually cost you a lot more money in the long run. Now, let me bring this to real estate because this is where a lot of money is going and where a lot of people are falling into big traps. All properties are not the same, even when they are in the same location, same neighborhood, have the exact same number of rooms and the exact same size. Because even though they may look identical on paper, they may actually be completely different in reality. Because when most buyers are thinking to buy real estate, they go online and compare prices of properties. While that is understandable, it does not show you the full picture. You don't get to compare the quality of materials used. You don't get to see the plumbing disasters that they have already embedded in that well-painted walls. And sometimes even the electrical works is a complete mess that you may have to do complete overhauls in certain areas. Let me share you a story so that you can understand how serious this problem is. Sometime back, almost 3 years ago, I had a friend that wanted to buy a property in Nigeria. She wanted to buy a house for herself. And I presented her a property from a developer that we had worked with over and over again. This developer is known to build quality homes, and they even have very fantastic facility management, both construction and after people have started occupying the estate. So I was confident in what I had offered her because she would have peace of mind in that house. But she got another offer in the same location, and this time the property was a couple of millions lesser than what we had initially proposed to her. So she did what a lot of people would do, which makes a lot of logical sense when you're looking at it in terms of the price. But when she got the keys to that house and she moved in, barely a month after, a lot of things started to happen that even me myself I did not understand. From the poor plumbing, that whenever they pump water, the water finds its ways through places that it has no business going, to the fact that certain areas in the house were shocking. I don't understand how that happens. But there were times when the doors were shocking and even the kitchen cabinet started to come apart. And that is barely months into getting the keys and moving into the house. By the time she started fixing things, the cost of getting professionals to take down some walls, to redo some of these things, and even fix the leaking roof ended up going into tens of millions of naira. And at the end of the day, she herself realized that it would have saved her emotional stress and the financial costs if she had gone with the one that seemed slightly higher, but at least had a strong developer and a strong quality and standard of build. And this story is not unique to her. It has happened to several other property buyers in Nigeria because regulations in Nigeria are very lax. As a buyer, you need to be informed about these things so that you can take extra steps to actually ask the questions. What makes this property more affordable than the counterparts? Before you buy any property in Nigeria, you actually have to ask the critical questions. Don't just look at the prices. Don't just look at which one is cheaper and which one is more expensive. And don't assume automatically that every property that is more expensive than the next one is overpriced, because this can be a very misleading notion. While there are really overpriced properties in Nigeria, a lot of times what you are paying for is that extra convenience and security in knowing that the price that you pay now is all you will ever have to pay for your peace of mind and your comfort. Because let us be real, it costs a lot in Nigeria to build a property to standard and quality. And it is a lot easier for people to cut corners and find ways to save money. And you that you're buying it, you don't get to see all of these things that have happened behind the scenes. All you are seeing is a nice, freshly painted house and thinking, oh, this one is lesser than the other one. And you automatically go for the one that has lesser price. Do not fall for this trap, and be very careful to warn people that you know, your friends and your family, to also take the extra time to actually ask the right questions. What makes this property more expensive than the other one, and what makes this one more affordable than the next one? Because that might be the difference between buying peace of mind and buying troubles that may never end. I understand that social media has demonized working with real estate professionals in Nigeria, but you need to realize that for you to actually get real information about a complex market like Nigerian real estate market, you need to work with professionals who have the experience and the knowledge of what's happening within this space. So before you make any serious purchasing decision to buy a property in Nigeria, make sure that you consult an actual professional that has the experience to guide you through your transactions. Also consult your lawyers and consult your engineers and surveyors when necessary to confirm that you are fully secure and you have done all your necessary due diligence so that you don't fall for surprises or traps like this one. Because stories choco, and we have heard plenty of them. If you have ever bought properties in Nigeria before, have you ever thought about it from this perspective before? Because we would like to know the thought process that goes into your buying decisions. As the CEO of Rol Realty, I have worked with so many clients to help them own property in Nigeria with clarity and confidence. And I've worked with clients from across 4 continents of the world. So I'm offering you a special invitation to join our long list of satisfied customers. Because when we work with you, you will see a good transformation in your real estate investment journey.